Well, good evening and welcome. Are you as excited as I am today? Well, perhaps, or maybe not. But maybe at the end of the show, you'd find a reason to be. My name is Ministerial, and you are welcome to the Black Table. You know, every single Friday night, we come here, gather to, well, drink our sorrows away. Especially now that fuel is, you know how much, and the dollar is not smiling. What can we do? We just need to talk about it. Thank you for joining us. You know the hashtag to use. It's the Black Table on TVC. I'm not here alone. As usual, every single Friday night, we have a dais of very handsome, but one, guys. And I'm going to start from my left. We have the ham blogger himself, Mr. Olamide, in the studio. You are welcome once again.
It's a pleasure to be here. I had to crawl through.
I know. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. And after now, Olamide has to go and do his second hustle. He will be naked at the strip joint. You might want to join him. Who cares about his one pack? I mean, you have to make that paper, man.
Beer pack.
Beer pack.
Right.
He's not the only one here, of course. You know him as your favorite MC, the premium MC himself in the house, Mr. Deck. We mistakenly call him Declan sometimes.
Everybody needs a
anyone will
deck.
call me as long as money comes with it.
Everybody needs a deck in their life.
Wallahi, you need. Oh, guys, it's good to be here again.
Thank you very much for coming.
Really happy to be here.
The mayor of Agungi also made it through. He is in the studio, Mr. Gang. His side hustle, well, he needs none because his stomach takes him every single place he wants to go. All he needs to do is roll.
Whatever he said.
Gang,
Nice to see you guys.
Good.
I just wore the jersey today because
I love that you have that on.
yeah,
Can you turn around?
Falari put
Let's
up a
see.
Chelsea post earlier on
So
today.
you wanted to pepper
So I
him.
wanted to put it in his face. And when you watch the show tonight, this would be the
Yeah,
club
but
you'd see.
let's see what's behind.
What's behind?
Besides my ass?
Come on, gang, come on.
You know, I've always said that Gang is the luckiest person, man. He has the perfect name for media, and it's his real name. It's all good. Listen, we have a very interesting show. I'm going to be starting with a question, but first let me let you know what the main topic will be. Are you ready now? Fornicating on a budget. How's it going for you? Now, these are not the views of the very gentlemanly individuals in the studio here. We're asking you out there who are still striving hard to do so. Well, you'll let us know as we'll be having this conversation. Let's take a very quick short break, and then I'll ask you my question. We'll be back.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
So I was having this very interesting conversation with a lady whom I'm not related with and I have no intentions for. And she asked me, somebody just had this silly question in my ear.
You have to put that out there.
I had to.
Disclaimer.
The director just asked me in my ear, am I sure? Of course I'm sure she'll. Please, I beg, don't put me in trouble. In any case, and she was like, have you ever seen? No. Have you ever? No. I don't think any of us here is qualified to answer this. But she was asking,
Go ahead.
this is going to put you in trouble anyhow. Have you ever been with an uncircumcised man? Not you. But I guess this question goes out to ladies out there. We need you guys to tell us. She wanted to know what it feels like, what it looks like, and any other ancillary, inquiries that go with it. So, I don't know have you ever seen an uncircumcised
You cannot be
member?
asking me that kind of
No.
There
Whether
is
you
no
have
way
seen.
on earth that you will look at me and ask me
You are
such a
protesting
question.
too much. Don't you know, Bob?
My guy. Look the other way. Look the other way.
Why are you looking the other way? Look behind you.
Gang, you're well-versed, travel, and experience.
No, but wait, I've never been with.
No.
Have
Have you ever seen one, though?
Of course.
You
it's
have?
biology.
What does it
Gang!
look like?
Woo!
No, what does it look like?
Gang.
You guys, come on, stop joking.
No, but like seriously, gang.
No, wait, no, look.
You guys, no.
I've never
Inform
seen
us.
one before.
Jokes
I don't
apart.
know
What
what
was
it's
Seriously,
like.
gang. If
Jokes
your,
apart.
if your biology teacher was going to teach you anything, why
It's-
did it
it's-
have to be with
No.
an uncircumcised one?
It's biology.
What does it look like, gang?
So you
Well,
guys saying for you it's like a myth that something that doesn't exist?
we've never seen it.
I've
We
never
don't
seen
know
it.
what it's
I've
like.
never- I don't even know what it looks like.
4 decades on this earth.
First of all, what you guys need to understand, first and foremost, you're all men.
Yes.
You were all uncircumcised at
Exactly.
Some point in our
Yes.
lives.
You get me?
Right.
So, and unfortunately for me, I have only daughters. So for those of you who have sons, if you were there at the birth of your son, you would have seen what it looked like.
It's not the same thing. It was like the
It's
size
just
of a
like,
pink.
No.
I mean, it was like
Listen,
this
trust me.
small.
When they before the, I think they circumcised boys like a week.
Yeah.
That's here in
Yeah.
Africa and some other cultures, till they're about 10 or older. But you would see what it looks like. That's
Okay.
why they call it
But
they
I
call
think
it
we're talking about an
uncircumcised.
adult.
Okay, so
Now, an adult
Yeah.
member that's uncircumcised, that's why they call it an anteater. You know what an anteater's snout looks like? That's why they call it, because the foreskin is still at the tip of the penis.
So
The
what
So you need to cut that
the-
off.
yes,
that's
they need
what's
to cut
cut
it
off.
off.
That's
They
what's
just
cut
cut
off,
off the
actually.
foreskin. So it's still at the tip of the penis. So when the penis is not erect, it looks like there's something covering it.
like a,
And then when it erects, the skin just falls back. So if you look at your own penis, you see a couple of wrinkles.
It's old penis.
Yeah, for those of you who still have.
Are we still talking? What are we saying
For
here?
me, it's just
An
it's
inquiry
nature. For me, it's just
biology,
it's
we need to
nature.
know.
It's nature.
Yeah, it is
So
actually.
when a male uncircumcised person gets aroused,
erect, yes.
yeah,
that's
when it
the-
gets erect, the foreskin just falls back because the penis increases in length. You get me? So it gets longer.
so-
So the foreskin just falls back.
So the only time we see it is when it's flaccid.
Yes. So the truth is that if you see an erect man, circumcised or uncircumcised, you won't know.
Oh.
Right.
You won't know.
Imagine, I mean, so I'm curious, that surplus skin, when
Yeah.
it falls back,
Yeah.
does it have an effect during the action of coitus?
Now this is the point
Is
where I'm
it
telling
pleasant?
you, how would I know? How would I know? There's no.
That's for men.
So-
That's a question for men. But for women, does it feel any different? Do they know
No.
that there's a difference?
No.
I mean, it's surplus skin, so
No, it's not that. It's not that surplus. It's not like you're rolling up your sleeves.
No, but it looks like because you're practically rolling up your sleeves.
So that's what I'm saying. When the penis is erect, you
exactly.
you understand?
That's exactly what happens.
It's like, how would I put it? There's not really much of it. From what I've gathered and from videos that I've seen, there's not really much of a difference.
all right.
Seriously, guys.
There's not really much of a difference.
I hope that
Zeno,
answers
Zeno,
your
you
It's just
have an
that
exam
most
tomorrow.
uncircumcised people now.
Do you have an exam on
Now,
this tomorrow?
here's the thing. Here's the
Why?
thing. Most uncircumcised people
Okay.
have to be very cautious about their hygiene.
Exactly, very true.
right.
They have to be
The
extremely
germs and
cautious
dirt
about
gets
their
trapped in
hygiene,
there.
germs and certain things that can happen, diseases that are easily spread, you know,
Really?
things that you need to
That's why you
to
get
be
circumcised,
very
actually.
clean. You need to be very clean because a lot of things can get trapped in there that can make the man have certain STDs and
Wow.
can transfer things to the woman as well.
Okay.
But you know, for some women, it's like
stuff like that.
for some women that like to explore, they like to see the difference and know that because it's like it's like the penis is hidden, then it comes out. You understand? It's like it's hidden.
you circumcised?
Then it comes. Yes, I am.
So how do you know
I'm
so
sorry.
much
You've
about
seen my
this?
penis, haven't you? No, I'm serious.
What?
I told you, Zeno, end this conversation. I told you.
I don't even want to know how that came
It's your
about.
confidence in saying that and not worrying
Because
how
all
this
things
can be
because
mistranslated.
all things being equal, I think I've seen yours as well. I'm sorry.
Guys, what's happening? What's going on?
Naira Marley.
Zeno and I have been on tours.
Naira Marley.
We've cohabited spaces. Do you understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret asking that
I
question.
told you to move
I'm
on.
sorry.
Zeno, I told you to move on.
I directed to ladies out there. We would like to know if there's any difference during the act of coitus. Let us know if it's more pleasant or not. If it looks weird or not. We'll tell at the end of the show. I'm not asking any of these.
How are you saying this with
any
a
more
straight face?
questions? All right, our first real topic. So Naira Marley was up on social media in a very staccato-ish type expression where he kind of like advised young people to stay away from drugs.
As should be.
The post here says, Naira Marley pays a courtesy visit to the chairman and chief executive officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, at the agency national headquarters in Abuja, where he advised young people to please stay away from drugs. We all know Naira Marley. If there's anything to describe him as, he's a rebel. His lyrics are less than moral and often laden with
worse.
suggestions
Yeah, very
for drug
suggestive.
use.
Yeah.
and sex
Yeah.
and all of that.
I think there've even been videos of him actually smoking
Oh,
marijuana.
several,
Several.
actually.
I mean, he does that on his page always.
So-
So
so-
to see him in that instance, telling about how dangerous drug use is, like people were like, that doesn't look sincere.
Okay, so the thing is, for me, I feel like it's not so much as whether or not the message is sincere, but the importance of the message itself in the first place. So, you know, I think it was really strategic on the path of the NDLEA boss, you know, picking someone who is known to, you know, engage in certain practices, right? And saying, okay, we know you to be this kind of person, right? But we would need you to be an advocate,
an ambassador,
or an ambassador of some sort
so who do you
against
for
this
such
practice.
an endeavor?
So you know,
let me read this to you.
Right.
This is a tweet he tweeted on the 3rd of 7th month is July, 3rd of July 2023, just only last month. Where, and I quote, he says, "God, please don't let me see what will make me leave smoking." Amen.
So
This is
he
the
said
same person.
smoking. He said smoking.
So I'm going to call
It is. It is.
wait.
No.
Wait,
So
I'm going to call it for what it is.
Right.
It is bull. To the core. You know why?
no,
You know why? It's
no.
very simple. When you see someone is an ambassador, the
Right.
person has earned the right to come out and represent.
moral,
you know, there's a moral
exemplary
status. Exactly. Okay, you know
status,
what? This
exactly.
was me, and this is me now, which I understand is probably what they were going for. But in all honesty, he hasn't been able to prove that.
So let's ask
Not
the
in
question:
the-
is he advocating against, or is he being made an ambassador for?
So he made a video, you know, talking against drugs.
Yeah, he did.
All right. So who made us moral police?
No. It's not about
All right.
being moral
So my
police.
point is this. My point is this. It's very simple, right? It was strategic on the part of NDLEA boss to have brought someone of that nature to talk against
Which we
drugs.
agree.
So whether or not he's into, you know, what he's talking
I
against,
felt it was
the
like
most
a
important
mockery.
thing is the
It
fact that
felt
he
like a
talked
mockery.
against
It felt
it.
like a mockery.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. See, let me tell you something.
See, for me,
I think I understand where these people are coming from.
Dick, pull back your foreskin. Listen, let me say this.
What is going on here? Yeah, what's going
We
on?
started the show, so. But the point is, if you are going to go in that direction, at first, wouldn't it have been best if you took that individual, made it seen that he has
changed.
he turned a new leaf.
Exactly.
What's up with Naira Marley? He's no longer, and then make that kind of an announcement.
An ambassador,
Wouldn't it
yeah.
have more a better impact?
Exactly.
But
Than-
I look at this thing from two sides. From one side, I'll say, okay, fine. It'll be like when I used to smoke, and people that did not smoke used to tell me smoking wasn't good, I should stop. I was looking at them, you've never experienced it to understand how addictive smoking is. You get me? It was when somebody that had quit smoking told me that, listen, I know what you're going through. So it was easy for me to relate.
Exactly.
So it's like an Ashawo can come out and tell you Ashawo no be walk. And you can relate with her than a girl that's never done it or has been put in that position.
Exactly my point.
So now, but here's the thing. The trick is we're looking at a substance that has been made legal in so many countries around the world. So marijuana is not exactly seen as a drug per se. So when he says don't do drugs, he's not talking about don't smoke weed.
Is it
There are
legal in this part of the
Wait, but
world?
hold on. There's so many
get what
other.
you're saying,
There's
though.
so many drugs out there that people are doing that are harmful and super dangerous.
correct.
Yeah.
That's
Then
correct.
now to kill itself, I now saw a video that Snoop Dogg did in 1998. A PSA Snoop Dogg did in 98. We know who Snoop Dogg is. And the concept was exactly the same. The video was Snoop telling people, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs kill.
Yeah.
So it's easy for the people and consumers that do that to tell people don't do it. I had a friend that his dad once caught his friend smoking. In their house, the dad used to smoke, I don't want to say the brand, but the dad used to smoke a certain brand that had a brown filter.
Okay.
And then the boy's friend came to the house and was smoking a brand that had a white filter. And then when the dad was coming, he kept the white filter in the tray of brown filters. So when the dad came home, the dad saw that somebody had smoked.
Yeah.
Called the friend, lambasted him, insulted him, told him how dangerous smoking is and how it can kill him. And told him to get out and brought out a cigarette and lit it. So
What an
sometimes
example.
it's just like if we look at our lifestyles, there's certain things that we do that we know are ill.
Yeah.
And we don't even want our children to do it. We will tell them, don't do this. don't do this, don't do that. But daddy and mommy are doing some of those things. So it's easy to get the people that consume these substances
I got a
to come
question
and
for
tell us,
Dick.
don't do
Right.
it.
Deck, would you let your son or daughter ride a bike?
So the thing is this. One of the things I always say about biking is a lifestyle for a lot of people, especially someone like me. And I understand the dangers attached to motorcycling, right? I will introduce my children into motorcycling if it's something that they like. I'll be more than proud of them to go into that lifestyle.
That's where we differ.
Okay, so
That's the thing.
the way I say it, the way I say it, yeah, for you to stand for something, you need to be able to represent it fully. If I come out today and I say, okay, no to certain things, I should be an example.
Exactly,
Of it.
first off.
I need to be able to prove that, okay, you know, like what Gang said, I've been through this journey, so I understand your pains.
Yeah,
But this is
exactly.
where I am, and this is how I was able to
This
do
is
it.
why I stopped
You understand?
it.
And, you know, because I'm coming from a point of experience.
Exactly.
So if I come out and tell you that, please do not do this thing, it is bad for you,
Sure.
it's authentic. But if just last month I was saying the same thing about okay indulging in it, and I come,
then
that's
now I'm saying-
hypocrisy
it's
to the
just, yeah.
highest level.
Hypocrisy.
But
Thank
check this
you.
out. It's like Nigerian politicians talking about
I
corruption.
was trying not
Not to go there.
trying not
It's
to
like
go there.
it's like Nigerian
Like, I was
politicians.
trying not to go there.
Since we're
Guy.
there, Festus Keyamo,
Okay.
as Minister of what now?
Aviation.
Aviation. What do you think?
It's going to
So it's like
He
Just
has been
fly some
appointed.
planes.
He has been appointed from the Oga.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so that. Yeah,
It's an administrative role.
that's all.
That's it.
That's all. That's all. No,
wow.
So
that's
you
it.
know. So
we
you
just
know.
accept it. We're just
So
gonna
the thing is
accept
this.
it.
Okay, so on a serious
can
note.
fly a
On
plane.
a serious
He
note.
can he now?
So on a serious note, right? One of the things I've learned over the years about politicking in Nigeria, and especially ministerial appointments in Nigeria, is oftentimes than not, people are appointed into positions not based on what they do
Not based on expertise.
or expertise or what have you, but based on administrative understanding of how to, run a particular parastatal of government.
So it's simply
So
governance.
it's basically having the right people who know what is supposed to be done,
How to
and
delegate,
having,
how to-
how to delegate, and having the person, actively understanding what exactly it is that is needed to be done.
Done, yeah.
Okay. So
Right?
he
So,
can delegate. He
yes.
gets the people who
So
know
it doesn't
about
doesn't
do
necessarily
what
have
needs
to
be done.
have the experience of aviation to be able
Yeah.
to, direct the activities of aviation. All I need is the proper people, or what I would say, the experienced people who understand the business of aviation to advise me on some of the things that are right that we need to do.
analogy,
Yes.
and
Right.
please, guys, humor me.
Real quick.
I own a farm. I get livestock, crops, all that. I have no idea how these things work. Then I go to Gang and I say, Gang, you're a farmer, right? Please come take over.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. Please, when things really go bad and you need to step in administratively,
Many will argue.
you would not know what to
Many
do.
will argue that the reason why corruption persists is because of this analogy you've just given.
Yeah.
You don't know the ins and outs, but this
Exactly.
guy knows how he's going to pull a hood over your
Exactly my
eyes.
thank.
So when things are going wrong,
Thank you.
You are there.
It's
Put
that
somebody
simple.
in charge now. This guy is there.
I say,
collecting
Gang,
the back,
gang, gang, where are my crops?
bouncing back shots, and everything.
So are we saying
No.
that are we saying it's invalid to put people of experience in government into specific ministerial appointments
Okay,
to oversee,
another analogy. Remember what I said
parastatals of
before the
government?
show started? I said the next event you're going to, I'm just going to follow you around and hold your microphone. Like,
Well, let's be specific now. Which mic?
You guys.
But guys, for what?
You guys.
Do you know what's going on?
I'd like to take this
The
opportunity.
microphone.
oh my gosh.
I'd like to take this
a
opportunity.
proper,
PA
proper
system.
microphone.
I'd like to take this opportunity to shout out to our clothier, No Limit Stitches, who is doing a fine job so far the past couple of weeks. Thank you very much, No Limit
We can
Stitches.
drip, 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 drip.
He's got us all dripped, well, most of us.
Not all of us.
Not all of us, all drip. Thank you very much, No Limit Stitches. You want to check him out on Instagram. Fantastic guy, fantastic stuff. This is all No Limits last week and the week from before as well. For about a month now.
Yeah.
He's been doing us good. So shout out to him. Make sure that you follow him and see all his very beautiful designs. Let's move on now before this becomes car crash television. So there's this thing that hits social media. Have you guys seen it? My husband's boss is asking us for a one-night thingamajig, for one night with me because he can, so that before he can give my husband a loan.
Whoop. Here we go again.
Nah, no.
Why did you let me reiterate? Loan. You did not say you can dash. Gang, there's a very famous guy in Abuja who owns a radio station. I did not see any names.
But he
I
owns
had a
radio
friend
station,
whose wife went over to him and said, please, my husband is ill, we need money. And this was the instance. Wow. You know who I might be talking about. I'm not going to be specific. But so when I saw this, I'm like, I've seen this before. Yeah. But how dare you as a man? You can't even say, I'm going to even give you times 2. Say a loan, you'll give me back. Will she give you? Will you give her back the sex that happens when the loan is complete? Is the question I'm asking.
No, that's not even possible.
That's just disgusting.
Well, I feel it's very low for someone of
any
that
status.
type of authority status
Yeah,
who is in a
exactly.
position to help. Would use that as a means of negotiation.
Unless you're a pimp.
Yes, unless you're a
You know,
pimp.
funny. I think men don't really understand. We don't really understand what it is when you use that kind of authority to gain sexual favors and how demeaning and how traumatizing it is to women. You will only understand when you've ever had a sugar mommy in your life. Ooh. When a sugar mommy picks up when you pick up your sugar mommy's phone call, and then the first thing you hear is, "Where are you?"
Experience.
It's like the way
it was looking, it was like
come out clean. Come out clean.
You need to.
That thing is the most emaciating. The most. It just takes your balls
very
out
demeaning,
from under you, and that's exactly what men put women through, and it's so disgusting. I must say. I'm older now, so I can see that.
Yoruba people say, a proverb, and they say that until that, Koloruka Meji, what that means is that what is bad, right? Yeah. You can't say that you can't call it bad worse or was bad, it is bad, right? So what I see in this is that, first and foremost, that's just wickedness. Because first and foremost, you're not giving out that money, right? Even if you are giving out the money, for you to call out for sexual favor in exchange for sex, it's not. It doesn't just tell the kind of person you are. It also goes to show how low your character is as a person.
Yeah. Sense of morality.
There's nothing like sense of morality. You don't even have sense.
You
are a senseless goat. For you to even think about that. And it's terrible because the Nigeria of today is not as easy for us to now for it not to be psychologically draining for that lady, because they will think about it. They will consider it.
Yeah, that's the shocking part for me. The fact that it sounds like it's something that they're in such a position that they would have to consider.
Yes.
That's number one. Because in my eyes, the first thing is that guy no longer has a job. I can't work in a place that a man is making moves on my wife.
I mean, come on.
Forget the predicament I'm in and what I need from him. If that is his preposition, I'm not working there anymore. That's number one. But it would be hard for you to believe that there are a lot of people that are going through this and have accepted such proposals.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Crazy.
They've said, after all, what is there?
Yeah. So what he said that really got me, that they would actually.
So the thing is this, right?
Consideration as in.
But do you think that? So let me get it straight.
Real quick, because we have to
do you think that it would be a crime for them to go with it and run away with that money?
Would you pay first? You back for ground first now.
Run away.
I don't know what
back for ground.
No. What I'm saying is that even if they do it,
wait.
do you think that they would have
if they don't pay back the loan?
Yes, if they don't pay back the loan,
I think
they will have the right to say that.
This.
I think
I don't know
right.
what type of sex is going to cost that amount of money that they will have to run away. Whatever it is.
They'll default on the loan.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Then in order for the guy to get now, they'll default on the loan.
Say, why are you asking
and the total is collateral. So he will now come and carry the wife to his house and say, I'll be chopping her till you pay me.
Guys, just hypothetically speaking, let's put a figure on it.
Real quick.
Let's put a figure on it.
Okay.
Let's say it's like...
What's it worth?
Let's say it's like 5 million, for instance, now.
I can't put a figure on it because I don't want to endorse it.
It's a ship. Let's say it's a shipload of Nigerian fuel.
But why do you like putting price on this thing?
Let's say
it feels to me like you will consider this thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But you've watched a decent proposal now, the old Demi Moore movie.
Yeah.
That was a good with
I
Robert
won't even
Redford.
consider it for a friend.
You won't consider it.
For a friend.
I'm sure we're going to come back to
Imagine
the
that
end of the show.
money is
You guys
$500
have not seen money.
Remember, you guys, it's going to be a
It's not gonna
Take charge,
evil
Mazino.
human being are you?
We are going to go on a short break because we've got more topics for you guys. Remember where to send your messages to. Use the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC. We'd love to read from you from these topics, especially the first question that we asked from before about the foreskin thing. We'll be back. I'd like to thank the producers for bringing us back from that break quickly because the discussions that were happening behind the scene were not... were traumatic, to say the least. Welcome back. Welcome back. That sounds good. Welcome back. It's the Black Table here for you. And of course, we have very interesting topics. You can use the hashtag the Black Table on TVC. Shout outs to our clothier, No Limit Stitches. Thank you very much for doing us good every single week. We can't wait to see what these will look like on your Instagram page. Maybe you should follow him too. He's at No Limit Stitches. All right, now, so you guys got my brain all cloudy, but I know we're talking about, we've just talked about foreskin. Ladies, do let us know what it feels like, if it's any different. We also talked about what now? Naira Marley. We talked about
Mali.
we talked about Festus Keyamo.
The indecent proposal.
And indecent proposal. Oh yeah, the indecent proposal from the So I'm trying to backtrack so I get my line of thought back. Now let's move on to this one. Guy and lady get married in a church. Preacher says to them, "Do you solemnly swear to obey this man for the rest of your life?" And she says, "Well up, got to think about that one. We'll see how it goes." Now, first off, I would like to admire her courage for not vowing to something that she's not ready to commit to. However, when it comes to men, women being married, whatever holy book you want to use, they always say that a woman must subject to a husband. That means you will have to obey your husband, whether you like it or not. If you ever met that kind of a woman, if anybody out there ever meets that kind of a woman, what are your advice?
It seemed like they had never had the conversation prior to them going to.
Seems like she's making the money.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that it seems like these guys had never really had the conversation about the union they're about to get into, because these are things you talk about.
In the video, she said that they had talked about it.
No, but I'm saying there's one thing for you to talk about.
It's another thing to
something,
actually have a
but
conclusion
have a
to
good
every
understanding
conversation
of it.
and understanding.
And I don't think that happened because as it is, she seemed a bit confused. Like, are you guys for real? Like, you can say, but you understand what I'm saying?
Now, I look at it from two
quick.
ways, real quick. One is, like Zeno said, you want somebody that's going to be honest and tell you, this is how I feel about this. And not that the person will just lie to you and now be disobeying you at home.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I think people take the word obey too literal to a certain extent that make it seem like, say, anything you say you should
Back
do.
like a dog.
Because if the guy says, something like, I want you to sleep with my boss for a loan,
Then I get what
do you
Gang
have to
say.
obey? You
I get
get
what
me?
Gang say.
So you need to understand what
Like
obey
we tied it up.
means. Exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
So it's more like just to respect, you understand, my decisions and my choices. That's what I just feel.
What does it say? We're getting plenty of requests. People are asking if they can call into the show. So we're going to try this out for the first time, yes? Only because it's special request, by special request now. So you can call in. Let's see how this goes. The number to call, I'll repeat it twice, 081-270-53687. That's 081-270-53687. And a second one, 091-90-76948. That's 091-390-76948. I think I got that wrong. Let me do that last one again. That's 09-13-90-76-94-8. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be on your screen in a bit so you guys can actually call in. So now let's move on to our very, very main topic. And the main topic is fornicating on a budget. How are you living it up? We know times are hard, fuel is expensive, the dollar is not coming down as fast as we want it to, and people are still intent on having fun. Femi told us last week about the wedding he was at, and the people are still popping champagnes and bottles are very expensive, so people are still out there. But how are you managing? There's the instance of a guy and a lady who are, just a lady says, hey, you know what, let's just have a relationship where you come and then you service me. Guy says, I'm good, I always have this thing all the time. It's all over the place for me. I'm not the one who's stressing. You want it, I can service you. She says, okay, fine, let's get a place. He's like, yeah, sure, let's get a place. She's like, okay, fine, can you book the place? He's like, roll up. I should book the place. But you're the one that needs servicing.
Yeah.
Why am I booking the place? So obviously the economy has hit him hard. What's your suggestion? you ain't surprised.
Why? Why?
What's your suggestion? You can say don't do it. You can say you can tell them not to do
but
it.
let's
But
speak
you know the
from.
thing is this, right? Okay, so the thing is, it's between the both of them, right? I would think that it's dependent on the kind of relationship that they share, right? If it's just, the F body, they probably have like an understanding that, okay, we are doing this together and for each other, right? So what that means is that it's important for us to understand that if you need it, you're paying for the, and if I need it, I'm paying for it. But if
depends
we
who
both,
calls-
if
it
we
depends who
both
calls
need it,
first.
then we share.
We
the
share, we
bill.
go Dutch.
All right. So, that's the way I look at it. And honestly, fornication is,
It's bad though.
it's expensive. It has always been
He
expensive.
says it's expensive.
Thank you.
It has
I didn't
it's,
know
not,
you knew
it's
it.
not because
It
of
has always
the
been
economy.
expensive.
It
Yeah.
has
Right.
always been
All right.
expensive.
So the thing is, you can't fornicate if you are not loaded.
Eh,
You
eh.
don't have money.
Because you see what you are saying there. Just I'm
By
gonna
the
go
way,
back.
my wife, I don't fornicate. By the way.
Disclaimer.
she knows, don't
Disclaimer.
worry.
We're just trying to help the people who are.
They are
seeing the
representing
world.
different, aspects of the economy.
This today is very fine.
Gang, from your wealth of experience,
From my days of fornicating.
the confidence this guy has, it's
No,
like he has no home he goes back to.
Unfortunately for me, being born a sinner was never easy. But thank God that those are the days when we were in the world. But today things have changed, thank God.
Amen.
But in all honesty, I think with the economic situation and the way things are, people still find a way. Like you said, for some people it's expensive, for some people it's not. For those that it's expensive, they can still find a way to afford it.
Or they can lower their standards.
Well, yeah, if it's something that they have to do, they will lower their standards. But in all honesty, I think it's a good thing. I think it's even a good thing that now people might not be able to engage in it as much. So we see less body counts. See-
So somebody
on
told
that,
me.
on that,
Okay.
wait, hang on.
Okay.
On that now, let's compare it from 5 years ago to currently. Would you say body count would have reduced? Would you say that the current economy
Now
is
it will
helping? It will drop
You think?
now.
Yes, because let me tell you something about 5 years ago. People could import girls. People used to do interstate travel.
Oh, they used to be that.
Do you understand?
I don't know, but
People
I
used
heard.
to
They used to be that.
cross state lines, national lines, international lines, back and forth. Now, if you want to catch a flight to the UK, how much is it one way?
1.5 million, no less.
One way. Do you understand?
Bro, so on my bikers group, right, where somebody talked about the importance of the government, to make sure that they provide free condoms at this time. You know why?
Wow.
So there is this general belief that when
I
the
know
economy
it.
is very hard, people turn to sex.
Yes, very true.
Oh, yeah.
So
Very true.
right now,
When I'm hard, I do the same. But keep going.
so the thing is,
Let me
so
help
there's
portray
this-
this. Let me help portray this. The thing is this here, for the regular poor man out there who doesn't have any
if I don't get
other
money,
any other source of entertainment, I can't go and see a movie. I can't take my baby. I can't. And when I get where I'm, if there's chance,
Okay, guys, I
I'm gonna
want
do
to.
that. You know the problem with that, how it affects the economy eventually, is that you have more kids,
Yeah.
yes,
have more children.
Okay,
Population explosion.
Explosion. That's
Wait,
the thing.
wait, guys.
It begins
Why
to
don't
tell
you just
on
go
the
back to the
facilities we
basics
have.
and define what this is? Fornication is between two people who are not married
But
yet.
do you think boyfriend and girlfriend is
Baba,
that?
Calm down,
Boyfriend and
calm down.
girlfriend
I'm
is
going
fornication.
somewhere.
Boyfriend and girlfriend is fornication.
I
You know that,
agree.
yeah?
I agree. I'm just trying to let's
No, it's
define
not.
it.
It's
It
boyfriend-
is fornication.
because
They're not
boyfriend and
married.
girlfriend that
No,
are
the
sleeping
four
with
of us
themselves.
here
No.
were
My
married.
brother-
Wait, and that's why
The
this.
current
No.
statistics says
See,
that
there's a
there are
reason why
over
we say-
3-point-something million
Listen.
people
Oh.
are below
Wait, Deck.
the poverty line
Wait,
right now.
wait, wait.
Deck,
I'm
Deck,
just
Deck,
trying to
wait,
break it
before
down.
you go where you're going,
Yeah.
there's a difference between fornication and adultery.
I'm not talking about adultery. I'm talking about fornication.
Adultery is
now.
if you go and do anything.
And you get, wait, adultery is if you get caught.
Fornication, boyfriend and girlfriend, you people out there, you're fornicating.
Yes.
You should know this.
Fornication.
I'm wondering how you people are still doing this when fuel is 569 naira. In Kogi State last week was 630 naira. How are you doing this?
My brother, somebody
But
said,
guys,
somebody
wait,
said
wait,
that
wait,
in
before-
all of this,
before you go
how
any
is it
further.
that it's getting hard
Wait.
with this economy?
Stop
How do
it.
you even manage
How do you
it?
get hard on this?
Come on.
But you
man,
said it yourself.
But
You're frustrated that
guys,
there's nothing-
let's actually break this down for the guys that we're talking about. I was in a conversation with someone recently, and then we talked about how hard things are right now and how difficult it is for even a single man to get by. I mean, the average Nigerian is earning 150, 200,000 monthly salary. He wants to take a girl out on a date. Let's even do the maths. You want to go to a movie, for instance, now.
Okay.
One ticket is 5,000.
5,000.
And that's going to
One
come with
ticket.
yes,
Wow.
just popcorn and one small bottle of soda.
That's 1/4 of my
you
fuel
take-
tank.
you
So
take
I want
Uber
us to
to
do
place.
yes, I want us to do the maths. Both people 10K, right? That's 10K.
Thank you. Let me
Okay, you
calculate
bring
it.
out your
It's only on
calculator.
Fridays they give free popcorn, by the way.
And no free popcorn.
No free
just
popcorn
a
anymore.
normal drink.
Yes,
That's
Uber.
10K. Yeah.
Uber.
You do Uber. Uber is like what? To and fro. The guy
10K.
will have to pay
10K.
10K.
No, to and fro is more than 10K now.
No,
Let's
no,
just
let's
Okay,
say
let's
10K.
let's
So
average
what, 20K
10K,
now?
Abi.
20K.
They want to eat at one nice fancy
Let's just
place.
give another 10K.
Another 10K, that's
30K.
30K.
Shitty.
And then, of course, this guy wants to take her to a nice after, place to go and relax, an hotel.
No,
Lounge or
he
something.
has a house.
Wait, let's not make it
it's
easy.
too much.
Let's not make it easy.
No, it's too much.
Let's not make
I
it
feel for
easy.
this person you're talking
No,
about.
I'm not feeling for it. Now, this person wants to go to an hotel with his
Let's not say
That's
hotel. More like
35K,
motel.
okay motel.
Motel 15K.
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 That's 45K, Abi.
Yes, sir.
And then after there will be money of oh thank you,
Thank
I
you
love
so
you,
much for
thank
coming. I
you.
appreciate
Yes.
you.
You said that.
TFC now.
Yes, sir.
for
Thanks for
coming.
coming.
Yeah, you said okay.
Yes, so
TFC.
like how much?
Let's say that one another 10K.
My brother, you don't get him. You don't get him. At least you
What's
do
that?
at least you do 20K.
Okay, 20K.
Minimum.
20K.
Eh.
Let's do 20K.
What is 10K girls?
You, meanwhile, with that
How much
20K,
is
you
that
go
one?
see back say, I'm so sorry because of the economy. Try and understand.
How much is that one? How much is
brother,
everything?
So we're about
65K.
65.
That
She
this
knows it's over.
This is one. This
She
is
knows it's
one.
over.
My brother, when you do this once a month,
Once a month. And
You
your salary is
yourself, you know that
150K.
you will consider it.
You are left with 90K.
When you get home, you will start looking at
It's
your,
crazy.
your neighbor's child that is okay, Pepe.
God forbid.
How are you?
God
How are you, my
forbid.
dear?
65,000. That's a lot of money for an average
so
Nigerian.
when you do
See, let me, you know what even
65,000,
scares me
right?
about this? The fact, Olamide was saying 10K and stuff, the
10K
caliber,
just
the caliber,
bringing it
of,
low.
the caliber of people that you guys may know, that I know, are not 10K
Of course,
type
obviously.
individuals. So
Yeah.
you know that
Obviously.
price
Who's that?
shoots up. What?
Sir, who's that?
I'm just saying the caliber, the
Who, I
caliber
don't
of
know
people
that. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't do such. We don't
on
do
a
such.
good day. If you went out to eat with somebody, is it 10K you're going to spend?
No. Minimum
I don't know
35K.
why, guys. Why are you talking to me? I don't know what you're saying, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, but in general, it's really crazy though. It's really crazy
Yeah. Oh,
yes, it
when you
is.
look at the figure,
It
when
is.
you look at how much people can afford. I'm surprised people are still doing this. But like you said, it's a way to seek certain pleasures
Yeah.
when you're
Bro,
frustrated.
let me
I know why I said
interest you
this.
to
My
know
wife and I
something.
went out some time back,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it was at a seafood restaurant, and they started bringing the food. At the long run, child, the food, me, I know send because I be local man,
Right.
and she was eating it, and she was really happy, and I was happy that my wife was enjoying it. They brought the bill; it was 40,000.
How
And
long
I-
ago was
My
that?
bro,
That was
when
before
was-
they increased it
before
the
they
second
increased
time.
it.
Oh.
But have you ever gone? So you know the thing is now.
And I'm like,
Would you still go and get seafood right now?
right now, no.
Okay, because if you go
No.
to get seafood, Zeno, please let's write his name down so that you know the people that we're not giving
See, all these seafood
bag
places
of
are
rice
closing
that
down
they're
because
sharing. Because that is, it means that you are.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that it's difficult,
Listen,
even for a
listen.
married man
I
to
wanna
give
ask
his
a question.
wife, that kind of dynamic.
I want to ask the viewers a question, please. If you're out there, we need to know. First off, this is the number that you should call us on: 0810 764 1679. That's 081 076 41 67 9. Okay, I'm asking, what's the current going rate for, the regular pro out there right now?
Pro Max.
Pro Max. No, there's Pro and there's Pro Max.
Hit-
What's
is
the
it hit
going
you?
rate? I don't know.
Hit
None
you?
of us here know. Huh?
Hit you.
Which one hit you?
Issue.
Yeah. What's going rate for hookup and all of that? We don't know. We are curious. Want to know whether it has increased with dollar price?
So you know the
We're
thing
talking about the economics of it.
Zeno,
now.
so
yeah,
the
very
thing
very
is,
true.
you know one thing I've
Inquiry.
noticed right now, before the removal of fuel subsidy and before this whole dollar drama,
Dollar
you do know
drama
that
like
if you literally give somebody 10,000, you remember it was right before this whole fuel subsidy. Those girls had the podcast thing when
And
they
talked
talked about
about,
the
yeah,
10,000.
10,000, yeah.
Do you know that if you give a girl 10,000 right now, she will pray for you.
Ha. Which is very funny because
Yes.
it should be small money right now.
She will pray for you. I'm telling you, it's terribly bad right now that you
know,
see.
send
So
your
let me give you. So let me give you the update right now. All right. So let me give you the update right now. A girl calls you and tells you that I'm so sorry. Please, can you help me with something?
Things are hard.
You send.
Can I be
You
a
collect
Nigerian girl,
10,000,
please, I beg?
right? From me. You talk to Olamide. You collect 10,000 naira. Collect 10,000. Right? If she collects 10,000 naira from 10 people, you know how much that is?
I don't get it. 10,000. I'm just saying, I don't get that more. Forget.
We want to know. You tell
I don't get that.
So you get me? So
But the
that's
price
the
could have
thing.
gone up and it could have dropped as well.
Yes,
Because
it
people
could
can't
have.
afford it.
They can't.
So,
Oh, a friend of mine tells me this.
My brother,
a friend of mine tells me he's
they are
going to work in the
floating this
morning.
thing.
He's going past this red light district.
Yeah.
Funny enough, he lives in Festac. You know, First Avenue is a red light district. And then he stops to pick someone who he thought perhaps maybe, oh, you need to get to
going
work.
to
maybe
work, yeah.
And then he asks, where are you going? She says, no, I'm not going anywhere. Can we do short time in your car?
Washiri, come on.
And he's like, sorry, no, that's not why I stopped. She's like, please now, guy, just for transport money.
Yes.
Just give me 5,000 naira.
Yes.
Wow.
He's like,
Yes,
no,
it's
no,
that
I
bad
I
right
thought you
now.
were stranded. She's like, okay, 4,000 naira.
Bro, people are trekking. You're not
So I
understanding. People are
what you are saying.
trekking.
I understand
You don't
what
understand
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying. Bro,
Wait,
people
you
are
said First
trekking
Avenue.
right
Let me
now.
see if I have 4K. Which avenue?
Gang, it's
What
so
avenue
bad
is
right
that?
now that people are trekking.
Yeah, it is.
Bro,
it is really tough.
Look, bro, if you give me 5,000 naira, my brother, I will kneel down and pray for you.
If you give me 5,000 naira, I'll be there.
If you give me 5,000 naira, I'll pull back my foreskin.
Rope it up.
Pull back my foreskin and
I
say
see what you
hello.
guys are doing. I see what you guys are doing.
Like,
Listen. Oh, I didn't even know the
Come
time
on.
was far gone. We really need to take our messages. So I'm going to be going to the phone, or rather our text services now to check out your messages. Just send them in already, please. Of course, you know the hashtag to use. Hashtag the Black Table on TVC. We really need to know, especially the question that we put forward in the beginning. What is it like? Is it any different? Sensationally, let's know. Got our first message here. It says, hey Mazzino, how you doing? I had a boyfriend for 5 years and I must tell you that the sensation is actually different.
Ooh.
There's a certain sensation that comes with a surplus of skin, she says, not me.
Otutuze.
However, I will say that I do not miss it. You didn't give us much detail there. What don't you miss? Surplus of skin would see I'm not as experienced as Gang, but surplus of
It's
skin would
not
make
about-
it seem bigger.
Listen,
Would it?
let me ask you guys this. In your past days, have you ever used 2 condoms at once?
If she's ugly. No, I
To protect the protector.
I don't think that will work.
Do you understand? Doesn't that give a bigger thickness?
Does it?
Does
Yes.
it? Does
it does.
Yes.
Does
And
it?
extra
sake of
condom makes it
science,
bigger?
I'll
For the
try it
sake
out.
of skin. Just imagine using 2 rubbers. So for me, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't really know how the sensation is for them. But I'm like, the skin is pulled back. How thicker could it possibly be?
Okay.
How thicker could it possibly be? If the guy uses a rubber and the regular guy uses a rubber or 2 rubbers, how much thicker is it? How much thicker could it possibly be?
So wait. Are you saying that if you add, this is Gango, another condom?
I'm saying there are people
It
that use
makes-
2 condoms at once.
And then does it make it-
they believe it gives them better protection.
Yes, so
But isn't that now more layered to your penis?
no, it's not, because if you know what a condom is like, it's actually tightening, and that's stopping blood supply to your member.
Real?
Yes.
Wow.
So you see, we know so much about
I'm
this.
learning,
notes,
I'm
yeah.
learning so
So
much
the
tonight.
fact is that if you restrict your member that much, it's just gonna go flaccid eventually. You're not gonna have it hard
now,
on.
here's the funny thing. This extra skin that we're talking about, it's skin. How thick is
But
skin?
you know the funny thing, gang? The funny thing is it's supposed to be so. It's natural.
How
We
thick
came
is
up with
skin?
this hygiene thing.
Why are we talking
let's
about
pull out the
Yes,
horse.
I can.
this place tonight? What's going on?
All right,
here?
Zeno, Take another question.
Let's go out of this biology.
Take another question.
I'm being informed of tweets, but I can't locate the tweets, so I'm just going to hope that. Okay, now we got a couple here. Gina says, Mazino, yes, I have. I almost died. Yay. He had so much foreskin, it looked like pomo.
Whoa.
With excess skin, like an old man's thingamajig. All the ginger in my body from the foreplay died. He asked me why I said I remembered that I was supposed to be fasting.
Nice to be that one.
Ow.
Hey, this is somebody's opinion. Hey, we're not gonna dump it. At Funke Halawi here says, my female cousin narrated to me how she ended her 3-month relationship with a guy she found very attractive to initially. She met the guy and everything was progressing smoothly until they tried to have sexual intercourse. She narrated that she cringed at the sight of an uncircumcised phallus, thank you for using the proper word, which she had never seen before in her life, and it was a very huge turn-off for her. Secondly, because she is a Christian, she believes that the purity of a male starts with circumcision as instructed in the Holy Bible. She has curved the guy so much that the guy has read the handwriting on the wall and kind of moved on. Wait. We're bringing religion into this. Wait. How,
but like I said, it's a view, it's an opinion. For me, the part that I still don't understand, because from the little knowledge I have, when it is erect, that extra skin that you're saying is there, it's gone.
No, it's not gone. It's still there.
It's still there. This is what I'm trying to let you guys understand. If I show you an erect...
I shouldn't.
You know why you did this?
Listen, if you put an erect uncircumcised penis with an erect penis, you will not know the difference.
Between
the two.
Gang, there's a tweet here that says, Gang, have you seen one? Yes, he has seen one.
Yes, I've seen one.
Were you not here at the beginning of the show? Gang has seen one. He's well versed in these things, apparently.
Okay, awkward.
Gang, another tweet asks, Gang, are you circumcised? I asked before, but you're just joining.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I didn't do it to myself.
Can we make sure?
Eh?
Can we say evidence?
Will TVC let me? Will they?
Moving on.
Will they let me?
At Femi Soloway here says, you see that Naira Marley matter, eh? We're not serious for this country, that's all. That's an opinion of somebody who represents a whole lot of people out there, and I think that by far the greater proportion of people who saw that material would have thought that it was a mockery. It was insignificant when it comes to the grand scale of things. It's just, it doesn't matter. Listen, hey, I forgot to say, Gang, since you're well versed in circumcision and uncircumcision,
Deck will take
I think let's see your tip. Just the tip. Just, Gang, if you can pull back the phone. Just the tip. We're out of time already, so I think yes, we'll welcome. There's no good way to say this, but we'll welcome your tip.
All I can say is, if you understand human anatomy, biology or science or whatever it is, it shouldn't be a big deal what you look like or what your organs look like if you really value that person. So put that aside. Stop fornication. Stick to your partner, and we'll all be fine.
And please help the poor.
Yes, and help the poor breathe.
Share as many 5Ks as you can.
Yes.
Please.
And stop looking. And also,
go to West Avenue.
And also, shout out to No Limit Stitches. Shout out to No Limit Stitches. Let me leave it like that.
I don't know how you can plug a brand.
I don't get it.
I want to espouse to that. Shout out to No Limit Stitches. Thank you very much for always coming through every single week. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to what styles you're going to bring for us next week. Gang is actually looking forward to one as well. So please help him out. His jerseys are getting worn
I'm going to
out.
show them something after the show behind the scenes that you guys can't see.
Thank you very much.
My eyes will not be on the
Thank you very much, Deck, for coming through once again.
Thank you so much, man.
Everybody
Thanks
needs
for
a Deck
having
in their
me,
life,
as
as we always say. Mr. Jean-Luc,
I'm going to my post now.
let's hope that you get home soon. And while you're driving or riding your Enterprise, yeah. And what can I say about this guy here?
The foreskin man.
There's nothing to say. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to having you back again next week for another edition for the Black Table. Every single Friday night at 11 o'clock. If you join us halfway through the show, we do this every single Friday night. 11 o'clock, join us. It lasts for an hour or about. Until then, hey, it's good night for us, or is it good morning? Bye-bye.